Welcome to Now. I'm your host, Curtis Parody, bringing you the news happening in the world right now. Today's episode contains a bunch of cool things, starting with something you probably have already heard about. I'm talking about the NASA landing of Curiosity on Mars. Curiosity being the large Mars rover about the size of a Mini Cooper. And if by this point you haven't heard about it, then where have you been? But I'm not going to judge you, so here's a quick rundown. Curiosity is a new rover sent to Mars by NASA to conduct experiments on rocks and such. And possibly the coolest part about the rover is its descent onto the planet. Unlike previous rovers, this one got a nice soft landing thanks to a high-speed parachute and a rocket system that allowed it to touch down nice and softly. If you want a full rundown on the mission Curiosity will be playing while it's on the planet, I highly recommend you use this fancy thing called Google. So instead of going into detail about the mission, I thought I would tell you some of the fun facts about the rover so you can, of course, impress your friends. The first cool fact about Curiosity has to be its laser system called Chemcam, which allows the rover to shoot out a laser beam up to 23 feet away to vaporize rocks. Then, using the onboard camera system, you can detect the light coming off of the vaporized substance to learn what was, in fact, inside of that rock. So basically, it's like a laser gun on board, which is super cool. Next fun fact is all about the computers on board. If you happen to have one of these in your pocket, then you'll be happy to know that this device right here, the iPhone 4S, has more computing power than the Curiosity Mars rover. Yep, it's surprising but true. To start off, Curiosity has a 200 megahertz CPU on board. The iPhone has a 800 megahertz. Curiosity has only 256 megabytes of RAM. The iPhone packs in 512. And the Curiosity rover has only 2 gigs of onboard storage, whereas the iPhone can have up to 64 gigs. So there you go. I currently hold more computing power in my hand than the Mars rover has, which, is quite crazy, but Curiosity does have multiple computer systems on board, just in case, of course, one goes down, because unlike the iPhone, they don't really have, that Apple Genius Bar on Mars. Also, of course, this new computer system on Curiosity can withstand massive amounts of radiation, so maybe Curiosity wins this one. Talking about radiation, that brings us to the next fun fact. Curiosity is nuclear! Yep, unlike other Mars rovers that ran on solar power, Curiosity has a small onboard nuclear reactor to supply all its power. This reactor will continue generating power for the next 14 years, at which time it will, of course, explode in a nuclear bomb. I'm kidding, it won't blow up, but I'm not really sure what will happen to it. I assume these super intelligent people over at NASA have figured out that part, so I'm not gonna worry myself, and neither should you. Next is the onboard awesome laboratory. If NASA finds anything with the rover that they would like a better look at, they can bring it into the rover for further analysis. Inside Curiosity lies a small laboratory that is capable of testing objects and sending the results back to Earth. And last, like the other rovers before it, Curiosity is a slow mover, having an average speed of between 0.00018 miles per hour and 0.00073 miles per hour. This rover is not going anywhere fast. Surprisingly, during the 2-year mission on Mars, it's only expected to travel 3 to 12 miles. So there you go, some fun facts about the Curiosity Mars rover. It's fun to think that way out there on another planet is a machine created by humans. It's kind of mind-boggling. From the amazing Mars rover to the amazing athletes right here on Earth. With the Olympic Games still going on in London, I thought I should check in on the medal standings to see where everyone is at. Congrats to China for currently being in first place with 75 medals, 35 of which are gold. Then in second is the United States with 71 medals, 30 of which are gold. And Great Britain holds the number 3 spot with 48 total medals, 22 of which are gold. Canada is unfortunately not even in the top 10. We are currently sitting in 12th place with 13 medals overall, 1 being gold. The 2012 London Olympics will be going on till Sunday, at which time they will host the closing ceremonies, thus marking the end of the Games. The next Olympic Games will be held in Sochi, Russia in 2014, this being the Winter Olympics, and in 4 years, the Summer Olympics will be visiting Rio de Janeiro. Okay, so from the Olympics to really something I just found online and I just really wanted to talk talk about. Picture this scenario. You've just arrived at a Costco, you get out of your car, you start walking towards the front doors, and then you look over at the carts, because usually you pick out a cart, and BAM! There's Joan Rivers chained to a cart. What? Yep, so the way this story all goes is that Joan Rivers was protesting Costco because why not do that? For not selling her book, so she decided, let's handcuff myself to the shopping carts. Because nothing says sell my book like chaining yourself to a shopping cart. Supposedly the store called the police, which I can only imagine was possibly the strangest call ever. Hello police, we have a problem at our Costco store. It appears that Miss Joan Rivers has chained herself to our shopping carts. What? Wait, Joan Rivers, wasn't she on TV or something? Yeah, I think so, but all I can remember is her bad plastic surgery. Oh, Joan Rivers! I thought she died. Huh, okay, we'll be right over. And that's how I imagine the phone call sounded. When the police did show up, she simply unfastened herself from the cart and left. So with all that, I would like to say something personally straight to Joan Rivers. No one cares if you chain yourself to a shopping cart. The people going to Costco want only one thing, and that one thing comes in bulk. The last thing I want to see when I go to a Costco is a washed up celebrity chained to a shopping cart. So please, Joan, just stay at home or go on vacation. Use your money to do something fun. Maybe, phone up Richard Branson. I heard that he's taking large buckets of cash for rides up on his spaceship sometime in the next year or so. So why not buy a ticket on that? I know I personally would. Sincerely, Curtis Parody. P.S. If you're not interested in space travel, just, buy an island. Those are pretty cool. Okay, so with that unfortunately interesting story, I have a question for you. If you had seen a celebrity chained to a shopping cart outside your favorite store, what would you do? Also, who would you want that celebrity to be? You can tell me in the comments section below, or you can let me know on Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Links to all that and more in the description below. And when you're done commenting, why not click the subscribe button above or in that corner right there? Once you click that button, all the newest episodes of Now will get sent straight to you. Then you can click the like button because you like this video, you like the content in it, or you liked me. One of the three. I'm Curtis Parody, and that's what's happening now.